Hi, I'm Mrs. Johansson, and I want to share with you today the events of September 11, 2001, and the recognition of your local superheroes. So, what happened on September 11, 2001? Most of you are too young to remember or even know what happened then. If you ask most adults and teenagers, they might remember what they were doing when they heard what happened. Do you recognize this famous lady? That's right, she's the Statue of Liberty. What does she stand for? She stands for America the Beautiful, Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. As you can see, she has one of the best views in the United States. She gets to watch over the New York City skyline. So, what does she stand for? Freedom, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That means we get to choose what jobs we have, schools we go to, and churches we attend. We have freedom of speech. We get to choose who runs our government. We pretty much get to choose how we live our own life. That's one of the great things about our country that we live in. These are the World Trade Center towers, the Twin Towers in New York City. They were 110 floors each. They were called the Twin Towers because they looked alike, except for the one that has the big antenna on the top. This was part of the view of the Statue of Liberty. Not everyone in the world believes in happiness. These people are not, in my opinion, heroes. September 11, 2001, those people drove two large planes into the World Trade Center's Twin Towers. You can see the damage and devastation that it caused. And it was scary. People of New York and the people from around the world were scared by what they were seeing. And it was scary when the towers finally fell into New York City, causing the mess you see here. It was also scary when we found out they had flew airplanes into the Pentagon, which is a defense building run by the government, and another plane had crashed out in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. Many lives were lost that day because of these people who did not believe in our happiness. Lady Liberty did not enjoy the view of New York City skylines that day. But do you think that stopped the USA? No. We had heroes rise up and help their fellow man. Everyone that was hurt that day was helped by our local hero. By that, I'm talking about firemen, those who work with the ambulance, police department, everyone that worked in public safety. They all of a sudden became the new heroes, and they didn't wear capes. They wore jackets that the firemen wear, wore helmets and hats that the policemen wear. They carried bags like the EMTs carry, and they were helping the people who were in the wreckage and were hurt. Then some firemen reminded us about the symbol of strength and courage. They took the flag that was flying on top of the World Trade Center and they stood it up and showed us once and again that we were strong. They reminded us that as a country we were to become stronger by rebuilding and honoring those who died and those who helped. This was one way that we did that. This was the September 11th memorial that is in New York City. You can see the two large squares that's where the trade towers used to stand. One picture is of the fountains, and the one below it shows some of the names of the people who died that day. The picture on the right is the picture of the new tower that's being built there. This picture is from the Bay, showing the new skyline of New York City. This includes the new tower, World Trade 1, that is being built. It will stand higher than the Twin Towers stood. At night, 2 lights shine up through the fountains, reminding us where the tower stood. They only shine these lights a couple times a year, like on September 11th. Heroes are not just in New York City. We appreciate all of our local heroes: fire department, police department, sheriff department, EMTs. You could add lifeguards and the Coast Guard as well. Maybe you live by local heroes in your neighborhood. We'll never forget what happened on September 11, 2001, but I hope you appreciate those around you every day trying to keep you safe and keep you happy.